The sirens fade and the helmets come off, but the competition never stops. This isn't your average sports talk. This is Shift Change. Welcome to the Shift Change podcast. Today, got a special guest, former teammate of mine, good friend, went to high school together, Tarkan Weston. We'll get more into his story, how we played together, what teams we're together, where we played sports. But we'll just start with, tell me a little bit how things are going now, where you at, family, job, stuff like that, and just catching back up.
Yeah, man. I guess for the past few years, I've been up here. We've been in Central Mississippi, living in Madison County area. Thoroughly have loved it. In the past, I have been a physical therapist assistant, so I did that for 10 years, and we decided to move Central Mississippi, my wife and I, because my wife is actually from North Mississippi.
Okay.
And,
what part?
She's from Batesville.
Okay.
So
Yep.
Shout out to South Panola.
Yep.
If y'all know anything about South Panola, you know there were some dogs back
in the day. Yes.
And trust me, when I go up there, I hear about it all the time. So
yeah,
I always tell them, man, they ain't nothing now. But anyway, nonetheless, man, we wanted to be close to the family, so we decided to move up here, and it's been great ever since. We have 3 kids. Actually, just had twins last year. So, I was just telling somebody, if you're over 35, I wouldn't recommend having. No, I'm just kidding. It's been a joy to have both of them, man. They bring so much blessings to our life. I wouldn't have it no other. We wouldn't have it no other way. So,
boys, girls,
boy and a girl.
Boy and a girl.
Yep. And then my oldest boy is 7.
Okay.
Riley. Yep. So he's enjoying it, man. We're like I said, we're here centrally located between our parents, and they love going to grandparents' house and vice versa, man. They're literally here every weekend. So
I bet your mom loves it.
Oh man, it's a joy.
Dude, I remember your mom and your grandfather so much from our childhood. Like, they were always there. They were super just welcoming. Like, they were always wanting us kids to be part of the family, and it was awesome. Your mom was the nicest lady ever.
Man,
she really was.
They were very supportive of us. I mean, just like your parents.
Yeah.
Man. They just wanted to see us succeed.
Yeah.
And whatever we set our mind to, just be, do it to the 100%.
All in.
And so they supported us, and they wanted all of us to be successful. And so, they probably, my mama especially, would definitely be thrilled to hear that I'm doing this podcast with you. She would, man.
Yeah. So it's been approximately probably 15 years since we've seen each other. We stay in touch a little bit over socials, but part of the podcast, one of the first people that popped up was you. I wanted to reconnect, get you on the podcast, just because I feel like we grew up all through sports, through school, the perfect kind of mesh of reconnecting, that locker room talk. Now, we're just grown men with families, and
family.
I don't have any kids, but that family life still.
Yeah, man.
So
hey, piece of home, man.
It is.
Piece of home. So,
it is.
I'm glad that you gave me a call to come on the show. I'm definitely glad to be here.
I'm excited.
And I'm glad to really, man, to be honest with you, I'm glad to just reminisce and really, get a chance to really tell my story.
Sure.
Of my athletic career and, growing up and stuff like that. So I really appreciate that. That's
kind of why I wanted to do this, was because we have so many stories, and we see all the people who are already kind of famous, running their podcast, running their brands, whatever. And not too many people have lived the way we have lived and have the stories to tell through all the different ranks.
Yep.
And I truly believe that like what we've learned in sports in the locker room makes us so much better in the real world. Like people who don't play sports here at the firehouse, we ask young guys come in, new hires, hey, tell me what you do, how old are you, what did you play sports? And so many of them say no.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
oof. Like you might struggle. You might struggle a little bit.
Yeah.
You get an 18, 19-year-old kid in the firehouse who's never been around sports, or they never had a team goal. They never had that camaraderie, work for one another.
Yeah.
And then they come into a bunch of grown men. It's a shell shock to them.
Yeah. I always tell people, man, it's growing up playing sports and going through the experiences that I did, it's really shaped me and molded me into the person I am today.
For sure. 100%.
You know, and you know, running, and then it's led me on a journey to where I've met really good guys, where we all were working towards one goal, which is to win, and win a championship.
Yeah.
And just seeing those people via social media or what have you, just seeing them now, and like such as yourself, good husbands, good brothers, good, you know, uncles. And just good people, period, man. So I feel like sports is vital for young men. You know,
I mean, it's a literally a melting pot of personalities and upbringings and cultures.
Man.
Like you can't get that anywhere else. Like just organically, it just doesn't happen.
No, and then I'm gonna tell you something else too, and you see it in today's world, where people are kind of divisive. Oh, I'm Republican, I'm Democrat, or I'm Independent, I'm Green Party, Tea Party, whatever party, whatever, right? Politics, or you see it, divisive stuff regardless. But I'm gonna tell you, when you play a sport with a bunch of people from all walks of life, I mean, all that's thrown out the window.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. Like, I care where you're from. Like, I want to know. You from New Orleans? Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a little bit of background. Like, I want to learn about you, right? Because you're my teammate. You know, we're working together to achieve this one goal. And the only way I'm going to do that is if I get to know you and who you are. And so all that other stuff, all that divisive stuff, man, it gets kicked out. And you really learn to focus on this person and that one goal.
Yeah.
And, man, it's just, you don't get that, like you said, you don't get that anywhere through other
You learn how people operate and why they operate that way because of how they grew up.
Yeah.
Like you get a bunch of teammates and you might look at somebody and be like, oh, he don't care, or he's only about making money or going to the next level. Well, that's his out. That's his only avenue.
This is out.
I mean, home is not where he wants to go back to. I mean, in all honesty, that's kind of was my motivation. And obviously was driven by mom and dad.
Yeah.
But to me, growing up on the coast and doing certain things the way it happens, like to me, it was almost a trap. Like people grew up on the coast. They love mom and pop. They stay with mom and pop. They stay real closed-minded sometimes. They don't ever want to get out and grow. And then so like growing up, as tough as it was, like sports was my escape. Like it was, give me 3 hours after school, give me some summer workouts so I don't have to worry about what's going on back at home. And maybe one day if all my cards play out right and I get a little bit lucky, I can move on and get a scholarship or whatever. And that was my driving force, and it allowed me to connect with so many different people on a different level because I wasn't just handed, a scholarship. I wasn't handed that cookie cutter template. And especially nowadays, even here, that leadership role, that it helps me be a good captain now because I can relate to guys and take care of my guys, because that's the biggest thing about here is my guys need to know they can trust me. I have to earn their trust. But then once I earn their trust, know that at the end of the day, I got your back. Like at the end, like no matter what, I got your back. We're going to go down together. Quick break in the action. If you're enjoying the show, hit follow on Spotify, subscribe on YouTube. I want to do weekly first responder spotlights. Give shout outs to those that deserve it. So if you know somebody that deserves a shout out, hit me up in the comments or DM me at shiftchange_pod. All right, let's get back to it. Yeah, so she played softball, Murray State. They went to the regionals, played against Alabama, and then she transferred and went to Middle Tennessee. They made the regionals. They won their conference and played Alabama again. And so she pitched. It was the best of three. No, it was best of 3.
Mm-hmm.
They lost game 1. They won game 2, and she pitched game 3 and had them shut out through 6. They hit a solo home run on the top of the 7th, and they lost 1-0.
Dude, that brings me back. That particular situation brings me back to baseball days at St. Martin.
Yeah.
We played. I'll never forget it. And the reason I'll never forget is because there's a dude that hit a home run to win the game that didn't hit the ball one single time the whole series. So anyway.
Yep. I think back to those days all the time, and like we had so many good teams that we just couldn't get over the hump of whatever it was. Like our junior year was the best. Like it was the best year ever.
Yeah.
And baseball, I mean, senior year was what it was for me, but that was another story. But I think about it all the time. Like, why did we not win more? Like, we had too much talent.
You mean at our senior year?
No, senior year we had. I mean, we were young. We had nobody.
Nobody, man. I hate to say that, but
we
anyway.
I mean, we have like 22 people leave our junior year that were seniors. Like whole offense and defense pretty much left.
You're right. We were young, and I don't think we were very motivated.
Mm-mm.
And that led to a lot of zeros.
And then we had injuries.
Because
I know you got hurt. You played through injuries.
Playing through nagging injuries. Yep. Man, it was a nightmare.
I think that's what kind of hurt us at the end of our junior year was pretty much all our running backs were hurt in some form. TJ got hurt. Like, I mean, it was...
DeAndre got hurt. He tore his meniscus.
Yep.
I'll never forget that.
Dude, we were so bummed out.
One of the best running backs on the coast.
Yes.
Was probably going to be the best running back on the coast. But we had some guys step up. I mean, Bernard.
Yep.
Bernard Seymour stepped up. He was amazing.
Yep.
Winston, of course, was very consistent. Lewis Mayo. I mean, we had a rotation of guys, man.
Dude, we had a bunch of dogs. Yeah. Like we really did. Like I didn't understand that back in the day, but now that I grew up, like we had some dogs. Like
I think the difference between our junior year in high school to our senior year, and I don't know if it was coaching change, whatever, but we had a bunch of guys that.
But yeah, like just. Man, we had so much talent, so much drive. Like,
I just feel like that junior year, we had guys that was gonna run through a wall. They didn't care, and they weren't gonna ask no questions why they ran through a wall.
I agree.
Following year, we had a bunch of guys like, why am I doing this? Why am I running through a wall? Why?
Yep.
They didn't. Yeah, it's a different mindset.
It is. It for sure is.
Yeah, man.
I'll make sure.
Yep. Those perk days.
Man, I talk about those perk days all the time. Like, if it could be 4 years, I would have been there for 4 years.
I'm talking about some athletes.
That's the group of talent that I've never been able to see again.
Oh no.
In any capacity.
I remember Campbell literally he said, for a bunch of you guys. I don't know. We had one of those practices, I guess, that wasn't satisfying to him. I don't know why this sticks out.
There was lots of them.
It was lots of those, but he was just meticulous like that, But I remember him sitting us down. He said, he was mad. He said, for a bunch of you guys, this is the best freaking team you're gonna ever play on.
I remember that.
He said, look around. Look who's next to you. And I was like. Yeah, he might be right. I don't know too many.
There ain't too many Dantrell Savages,
Tony
Co-Erics, and Tony. Yeah.
I mean, Nah, he's
Terrence
absolutely
Cody's,
right.
freaking Tremaine.
Brock, yeah,
Man.
yeah. So he's right. He was right.
And he'd always go into his Hulk Hogan mode. Hell, brother, count to 1,000.
Count to 1,000, brother. Count to 1,000. Yeah, man, that was some good times for sure.
So going back to, we're talking about reunions and some memories and stuff like that.
Yeah,
What's the first memory that pops in your head back to our playing days?
playing days. You know, there's this play that I'll never forget. It's when we made the transition.
Okay.
From me playing quarterback, going to receiver, you going to quarterback, and after about 2 plays of running the doggone veer, coach was like, all right, well, forget it. It's 3rd and forever. Let's just throw the ball up. And I think that was something we kind of voiced to coach at the beginning of the year. Like, hey, maybe we should, do this.
Yeah.
Let Carcich throw the ball up. We got somebody that's going to go get it, And this particular play, I just remember, boom, you fake the veer, boom, and I just, burnt the DB. I burnt it probably a good 10 yards. And of course, I was probably the slowest thing ever, but that's not. No.
You had game speed.
I had the game speed, but I burnt the DB, and I just remember this ball that you threw is probably about a good 60 yards. And you could hear it. All I know is when you threw the ball, the crowd was so quiet. It was like you could hear a pin drop, and then all of a sudden, whoop, boom! I ran underneath it and scored a touchdown, and the crowd went wild.
I remember. It has to be probably the same play, because I think you were on the left side of the field. You were on the opponent's side of the field.
Yeah,
I remember that. Like that.
You just let
as soon
it
as you
go.
started describing, I knew exactly what you was talking about.
Yes, and you just let it go, and that was, to me, that was like a turning point for us.
Yeah,
and that our senior year, and I'll never forget that play because I felt like that particular play, it brought so much enthusiasm, like enthusiasm to everybody on the team, brought excitement to the crowd.
Yeah,
and that's all you wanted to do. You wanted to keep the crowd and see people in it to keep you motivated.
Yeah.
So that was definitely a play that I'd never forget.
Yeah. It was always tricky for me because, in all honesty, you were the better athlete always growing up. But I knew like it was my goal to outwork you. And it didn't happen a lot, but I tried my damnedest because at the end of the day, I knew like what we had, our pairing, it worked. Like in whatever capacity, like whether it was baseball or football, like we blended and we meshed so well sometimes. And I was like, there's no reason I'm going to be on the sidelines or playing linebacker while you're playing quarterback trying to do it all by yourself.
But you were an amazing linebacker. Don't get it twisted, man. Dude, you came in there. I'm excited about this because I literally had to think about this before coming onto the podcast.
Okay.
I was like, dude, this dude literally played like 8 games and had over 100 tackles in a season. Like, yeah.
Junior year. Dude,
yes.
So sophomore year going into junior year, we had summer workouts.
Yep.
Coach Wilson, he told me, he said, Carcich, you're an Oreo away from playing linebacker for me. And I've never played linebacker at high school.
Yeah.
Like we obviously all played both ways. Yeah. In Little League, Pop Warner and whatnot, but I was always quarterback. Right. JV, junior high, I was always quarterback. And I was like, Coach, you're crazy. He was like, you're an Oreo away. And sure enough, he's like, you're my starting linebacker. And that was the most freeing. Like I always wanted to do what's best for the team.
Yeah. And
that's kind of one of my regrets throughout my playing career, as successful as I was as a quarterback, whether it was high school, JUCO, Belhaven, arena ball, whatever. When it got to talking to NFL scouts, they wanted more film. And my film as a quarterback, especially back then, I wasn't 6'2" to 6'4". I wasn't that pocket presence, whatever. I was that more Tebow-like. And that's not what they wanted in the NFL.
No.
Nowadays, it might be acceptable a little bit, but still, I wasn't that guy. And I never was off the grid better than everybody on the field. So I truly believe if I would have had a coach that would have directed me in the right direction, said, look, if you, for your best being, stay on defense and make the best of it can be. And I wish somebody would have opened that door for me. But yeah, Coach Wilson, you're an Oreo away from playing linebacker.
He was a good coach, man.
Man,
he really
great.
was. He was a good coach.
And then he got that tattoo when we made the playoffs, and then went to Ocean Springs the next year.
I know, right? Boy, I tell you, that was a good memory right there.
Yes.
The making the playoffs and him promising I'll get a tattoo, and
because it was like 87 or 88 the previous time they made the playoffs.
Man, you're talking about
because it was Lee Torch.
Almost 20 years.
Yeah. Man, I started thinking about, obviously I put a bunch of effort into the podcast and planning and stuff. And I started thinking about, like, it's funny how you start talking and reliving the glory days, and you start thinking about other people that you ain't thought about in 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
So who was somebody, player, coach, that really inspired you, motivated you to excel? Or a role model or mentor? Man,
well, to be honest with you, every time I watch this guy play and prepare, I was like, man, I got to do that. And it was CJ Hawthorne.
Yep.
I mean, just growing up, CJ obviously was like my big brother, you know what I'm saying? But growing up, I remember I was like, obviously the little brother, and just watching him play. Mm-hmm. From Pee Wee to junior high to high school, just watching him play and how he prepared, and then really watching him excel in JUCO.
Yeah.
That I mean, you're talking about a guy that was had natural gifts, right? Mm-hmm. He was fast, he was quick, he could catch, he could whatever. Heck, he threw passes. Yeah. He threw me a touchdown pass. I'll never forget that in high school. But so he was just naturally gifted as an athlete, but the behind the scenes stuff, the train of running, the sprints, like, man, you know how it is when you're running 110s, you're like, okay, we just want to make these 15 seconds.
Yes.
No, CJ's like, I'm making it in 12.
I'm winning.
I'm first every time. Warm up laps. He's like, I'm in front. Yep. And so just kind of, man, he was somebody that really inspired me because I was like, man, I got to do that. Yep. I've got to do that. If I'm going to be successful in college and reach the goals that I want to reach, I've got to prepare like that. And I already knew my athletic ability and what I was good at, what I wasn't. And so I was like, I gotta do this, And so he was definitely inspiring to me as an athlete. It was something that I carried on to Mississippi College, and it's really helped me. He's really helped me propel throughout my career for real.
Yeah, CJ was so tough. Like, for y'all that don't know, Google CJ Hawthorne. Yeah, Google the dreadheads at Hawaii with Colt Brennan. Like, legit. Yes. Legit. Went to play in Buffalo for a little while. Yep. But he was so tough. I remember he broke his jaw and then got it wired shut and came back and played the next week.
Played next week?
I'm like, man.
Well, not even just that, man. Okay, so there's another guy, junior college, okay? Played Pearl River. And the whole state of Mississippi knows this guy. His name is Jimmy Oliver.
Yep.
Jimmy Oliver.
Torched us the second half.
Torched us, man. I mean, he was amazing, though. Let's just get it. Let's get the facts straight.
Jimmy went to Jackson State too, right?
Jackson State, was an amazing player there. Led them to the SWAC championship.
Yep.
But at Pearl River, where he got his start, man, that dude was amazing to watch. So, anyways, I just remember coach and them were trying to scheme up. We played him twice. Mm-hmm. Beat him the first time.
Yep. Right? Broke that streak.
Broke a streak. Because I think the previous year they won national championship.
They did. Yep.
So here we are, undefeated teams, and we ended up beating them by a touchdown, of which they came back from 30.
I would say we was up 30 at halftime.
30 at halftime.
He threw for like 500 in the second half.
Man, now he has some. Now I'll tell you this too. He has some phenomenal athletes on his side too. But nonetheless, the guy was amazing. I mean, he scrambled. He could throw. He could sit in the pocket and throw. And then the crazy thing was he was undersized.
Yeah.
He probably wasn't the most athletic person on the field. but he just had that gift.
Yep.
But the second time we played him, I just remember. I remember coach was trying to figure out a scheme for him. They're like, we got to trap him in. We got to figure out a way to stop him. So, of course, you take a fast guy and you put him on defensive end. But the fast guy is 160 pounds soaking wet. You put CJ at defensive end, trap him. And anyways, they had a left tackle that was 6'4", 6'5", 300. I think he was a D1 athlete of some sort. And CJ could not get around this dude. He tried to get around him, get underneath. He couldn't do. Anyway, Jimmy Oliver did what he wanted to do that game too. I'll never forget that.
Pearl River was one of those. So I'm gonna ask you, what was your like welcome to the league type moment when we moved out of high school? But like I remember, the guys that we had in the locker room during like summer workouts, building up to like oh, this is grown men football. Like that was my first understanding of what baby D1 was when JUCO. Mississippi JUCO's is baby D1. Like it was a whole nother level, and it was eye opening. But our first year was kind of altered due to Katrina.
Yep.
We started late and we played Jones, but I was kind of like in between. They were going to redshirt me or not, so I was in and out of the box. And then the first game I fully dressed up and was on the sideline was for Pearl River.
Yep.
And I looked across the field, and it's just 6'3", 6'4", 6'5" across the field, from receivers to linemen to tight end. And I'm like, what is this? This is not fair. And we had a legit defense on our team.
We did.
And I looked at them and was like, these are a whole nother level of athletes. Yes. And was shell shocked. And then we obviously beat them. Yep. And we thought we was invincible, and then they come and beat us in the state championship. So
they beat us when it counted.
Yeah.
When it counted the most.
Yeah,
it all counts. But
it is. But so like, do you have like a welcome to the league play moment? Like,
I do. We had a guy our freshman year, Micah Best.
Yeah.
You remember Micah?
Yeah.
Michael Best, big guy. And shout out to Michael Best too. Michael was he was a good athlete, good player, and I just remember this one play. So in high school, we probably didn't do a lot of shells.
No.
We were full pads.
Old school two-a-days, hard hitting all the time.
Full pads, and we were in helmet.
Yep.
Right. So we went in shells. I'm like, okay, we're just in shells. It's just shoulder pads, helmet. It's nothing, right? We're not really hitting each other, of course. So, anyways, I just remember this one play that was running a scout team, and I think the play was some sort of tunnel screen. I don't remember who we played. Probably were playing Jones. But anyways, I came to do a tunnel screen. I caught the ball, but as soon as I caught the ball, Michael Best comes up and ear holes the crap out of me. And I'm like, I get up and I done got a concussion. Straight up. It's a concussion. My helmet went flying off because I didn't have the straps on. So again, I'm thinking, okay, he's just going to wrap me up.
Sure.
It's going to be soft. No.
No.
He ear holes the crap out of me. My helmet goes flying off. I get up. I'm dizzy. I'm trying to point at Mike, and I'm seeing 2 or 3 of him. So anyway, I'm, pissed off. But that was my welcoming moment, man.
Yeah.
Because again, we didn't, we were all pads, or we were helmets. And we knew when we were all pads, we're going to tackle each other. Helmets, you just, 2-hand touching, whatever.
Yep.
Shells, I'm like, okay, there's got to be some in between. Maybe he's just going to wrap me up. Nah, he the crap out of me. And I said, you know what? From this point on, I'm going to strap up my straps. And I'm going to tackle. We're going to hit.
Yeah.
So, that was my welcoming moment for sure.
Yep. The first time I knew I was at another level was it was like one of those night practices we had kind of before the season. It was me, and I can't remember his name, quarterback from Gulfport that was with us.
Yeah. Greg Anderson.
Greg.
Yep.
And we already knew we weren't going to be the starter.
Yeah.
The amount of athleticism that he had over us was night and day.
Yeah.
Like all day.
Eric Walden.
Eric, he is.
Yeah.
Dude, rest in peace.
Yeah, man. Man.
The most natural, gifted, just laid back. Everything was just like slow motion for him. Everything.
Great guy, man.
Super good.
Great guy.
But anyway, so we was doing the night practice, and just a normal triangle read. I'm like, okay, he's there. This is where I'm gonna throw the ball, and I threw it, and the next thing I know, like safety jumped it. I'm like, where the hell did he come from? Like that didn't happen in high school. Like it just didn't happen.
It wasn't that fast.
No.
Yeah, it wasn't that fast. Yeah.
So yeah.
But you're right, man. I think you're right. Like you said about Mississippi JUCO, especially at that time, it was baby D1. I think about that roster that we played on that first year, freshman year, all the time. And I always tell people, man, this is the best group of athletes I had ever played on.
100%.
And I really, really felt like everybody from top to bottom was D1 of some sort.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're FBS, FCS, at the lowest Division II, but that's probably everybody from top to bottom was very good,
legit.
We went along with the good coaching that we got.
Yeah.
So that was that perk experience was an experience.
And it's changed so much now from where, like it makes us feel old, but I feel like we're one of those guys that helped kind of lay the foundation, because when we was there, like we were still working out under the stadium with them old weights, like obviously grass field. We used to go practice down the hill across the street to the practice field with the
our trainer at the time, right? Of course he was in control of everything. So like, if it was thundering outside, he had to monitor it to let him know where the lightning was, right? He always kept like a thermostat or whatever in his pocket to let you know how hot it was. Man, I'll never forget, we practiced down that hill on those practice fields. And the heat index that day was 115 degrees.
I believe it.
In that bowl.
In the bowl.
Because it was a bowl.
There was no breeze came through there.
No breeze. And we ran 30 periods. Man, come on. 30 periods.
There was a good chance we started it over.
We started the period over. Man, I'll never forget that, man. And the thing about Coach Campbell and them, they were so good at just keeping us going. And what I mean by that is, practice starts at 3:30. But you're not out there at 3:30. You're out there at 3.
Yeah.
And as soon as you cross that line to get on the practice field, you're running. Everybody's running. I don't care if you're kicker, quarterbacks, lineman, it don't matter. Everybody's running. Everybody's doing warm-ups for 30 minutes.
Yep.
Then that's another 2 periods right there. But anyway,
but
they were so good at that, and it kept us disciplined. That's what was really
so
the thing.
disciplined.
Yeah, that was the thing.
Yep, I definitely fall back on the discipline and just the attention to detail that they required of us, and we bought into that system 100%. Because whether it was Coach Campbell, Coach Huff, any of them, Coach Moore, like we looked up to them like they were gods to some extent, because to us, some of us, obviously St. Martin, we didn't have that many guys go to the next level. So we were kind of like, good luck, just figure it out on your own.
I'll say this, I feel like we beat the stigma.
Yeah.
The stigma was that St. Martin kids, if they went somewhere, they always quit.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget it, because Coach Huff, Chad Huff, I'll never forget him telling me, are you going to be like the rest of the St. Martin kids? You're going to come in here and you're going to quit? Quit? What are we talking about? I dropped one pass, coach, in practice. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Anyways, that was the stigma.
It was.
And I'll never forget, I asked him after practice, I'm like, what does that mean? What did you mean by that? And he told me this. We brought this person in, this person in, this person in, this person in, and they've all quit. They're not here. Mm-hmm. It's only you, CJ, Andrew, and Bernard Seymour that's here.
Yep.
Well, yeah. I guess we're beating the stigma.
I forgot about that, but you're right. Yeah, that's one of those things you just forget. Yeah, but it was definitely true.
Yeah, we beat it, and that's a testament on its own of us and how tough we were.
Yeah,
and how motivated we were to continue pushing.
And I think about it, especially. Obviously, we talk about my niece playing softball and whatnot, and having the great career that she had. But like, we didn't have the resources athletes nowadays have. Man. Whether it's social media for recruiting or just the knowledge from a science background of this is the best way to get faster. This is the type of strength and conditioning you should be doing. Like, I remember us going into the weight room under the stands. And if we got a weight successful, they just threw another plate on there, whether it was a 25 or a 45. We didn't use 10s. We didn't use 5s. There was no 35s. It was the bar. You start with 135, and then it was going 185, 225, 275. And if you make it, you're just going to keep going up.
So let me tell you this.
Like, how asinine is that?
Man, it's crazy. It's crazy. But for whatever reason, that craziness kind of worked.
It worked.
I say this. Coach Lindsay. Yep. Desmond Lindsay, shout out to Coach Lindsay, man. That's one of the best coaches that I've ever been around, and he's a successful receiver coach at a D1 program now. Okay. Coach Lindsay, I'll never forget. I came in, I think I was benching 185 maybe 5 or 6 times. I was so busy in high school just running from sport to sport to sport. I didn't have time to hit no.
Yeah, which is another lost attributed athletes.
Yeah, so I was just running around from sport to sport. So I didn't really hit no weight room, but I hit 185 like 5 or 6 times. And it's funny because I remember doing 4 sets of 10. Because everything was 4 sets of 10.
Yeah,
it didn't matter.
Everything
was 4 sets of 10 or 4 sets of 8. And I remember I had maybe, 165 on the bar. And I'm like, repping it out. Nancy comes over there, he says, Tarkan, what is this? Man, for the set of teams. Like, take this shit off. Take this shit off. Man, like, what are you talking about? They slapped them 85 and they said, I'm like, dude, this is like darn in my max. He's like, I don't care, bench it. Bench it. Same thing with squat, man. Like squatting that,
Yeah.
I probably squatted maybe 360, 350 at that time. And he's like, man, you starting off with that. Starting off with that 17, man. What are we talking about? But you know what? I did a lot of things without question.
Yeah.
And I took it as if, I'm sorry, I'm covering.
No, you good.
But I took it as if they knew more than me.
Sure.
And so if this is what I got to do to be successful, damn it, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, we blindly trusted so many people.
Yeah.
And as to some degree, you should as an athlete. Like, there's a hierarchy for a reason. Like, the only level to where players know as much as the coaches is the NFL. Like, the experienced NFL guys. Like, a coach ain't telling Aaron Rodgers how to run a quarterback system or whatever. Like, he knows. But like high school, JUCO, and the next level of college, 4 year, like, we just trusted them as they knew everything.
They knew everything, man. They got way more experience than I do. They were more successful than me.
Yeah.
They've gone and attained what I wanted to attain.
Yep.
So they knew how to build champions.
I remember, so we didn't do Olympic lifts in high school. But we had that coach came in at the end of our senior year, started trying to teach it and started transition out of the powerlifting to the Olympic lifts.
That's right.
And I thought it was the most crazy thing ever.
Yeah,
now it's like, I'm Olympic level 1 certified strength coach. Like,
you did a little bit at Belhaven.
Yeah.
Right,
which is my mentor. The strength coach at Belhaven was Bo Sandoval.
Okay.
And Coach Sandoval changed my life tenfold. Like, that's a story for another day. But he went from Belhaven he left us to go work at the Olympic Village in Colorado. He trained the Olympians. And then went to Michigan. Mm-hmm. Was at Michigan for like 7-8 years. And then left, went to the Performance Institute for the UFC in Vegas. and now he's at Texas A&M. He's the director at Texas A&M.
Wow.
Like, the man is second to none in my eyes. Like, he is my mentor.
Yeah.
He was what motivated me to become a strength coach after I realized my playing career was over, and I didn't want to be a football coach.
Right.
But I remember our freshman year working out, and they had us doing like power cleans or hang cleans in the gym, and Marquise Powell cleaned 300 pounds. And to me, that was the most amazing feat of athletic strength I've ever seen in my life. Because it was the old steel plates. We didn't have bumper plates. And just, it might have been the ugliest technique if we look back at the footage now, but who cares? It got from the ground to his shoulders. And then he dropped it like a dog. It went nuts. But yeah, it was.
And here I am with 135.
Yeah, hoping we don't break a wrist or get buried under it.
No, just kidding.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. He was Marquise was a good one.
Man, Marquise
was a good one. He was very influential as well to me. I know he was for you as well.
We were roommates.
Y'all were roommates. Yeah. And you talk about a guy that works hard and has earned, to me, he earned everything that came to him. Yeah.
Marquise was super talented, like just naturally. And like you said, he had that drive. But I think, like we talked about earlier, like almost our entire team had that. We talked off camera, but I mean, the players that we had, from Terrence Cody to Tony Burks, Coeric Riley, Tremaine Brock, Shabazz, Travis Williams, even, being as goofy as he was, that dude was a character. But
Jonathan
Anderson, yes.
Marquino Silent. Man, I ain't go down this list, man. It's like we had some great players.
Who was the one big tall dude, played linebacker? Yeah. He always would do our block punts. He was like 6'4". Not block punts, block field goals.
Pop?
Yes.
Pop Jones.
Pop.
Look, I'm just spinning them out, man. Just spinning them out. Hey, Pop Jones, man. Pensacola. I know it. Yeah.
And then
was a dog. Was undersized.
Yeah.
And I say undersized, he's probably about 210, 215, something like that. Playing linebacker, defensive end.
But he didn't look like the Ray Lewis's, the Brian Urlachers at the time. So
and was getting after it.
Yeah.
It was a stud.
Yeah. But yeah, so Gulf Coast to me helped shape me to what I knew next level talent was.
Yep.
And I'll be honest, when we didn't have the sophomore year as good as the freshman year because of technicalities, us losing that last game, not making the playoffs, all that stuff like that pissed me off. I'll be honest, like it really did piss me off because most of our starters didn't play that game against Southwest.
Yeah.
And then I guess I don't know if we just thought we were going to make a playoffs no matter what, and we didn't. We ended up getting the short end of the stick, and I really feel like that helped so many of our chances go into that upper next level.
Yeah.
Because the guys before us, CJ going to Hawaii, Dantrell went to Oklahoma State, all the guys going to Troy and Delta State, Mississippi State. Tony went there, and then Coeric went after. But I truly felt like we missed out on an opportunity in recruiting, and then recruiting then was us sending out. We was just now transitioning out of VHS to DVDs, and I look back at some of the old footage, and it's so bad. It's such bad footage, and but I really think if we could go back and the knowledge we have now and the kids nowadays, especially when I was doing the training and stuff like that, you kind of touched on earlier. I didn't have the mind. My athleticism and my performance was to get approval from whoever, coach, parents, whatever. Stick it to the man type mindset. I never once had the mindset of go be an entertainer. These people paid money to watch me entertain on the field. I never had that. And then I heard a coach tell a player, and then the Ball family, the brothers, Dad was always like, my kids are entertainers. They're going to entertain you.
Yeah.
And in a weird way, it clicked. And I'm like, man, I wish I'd entertained more on the field. because there was always so much pressure. I was always afraid to fail. And that was one thing I instilled in my niece when she was playing, because you know how it is growing up. You got your parents watching, and you're afraid to disappoint, especially if you're on the pitcher's mound.
Yeah.
You start throwing a bunch of balls.
Yeah.
Like I saw her in softball cry on the mound at like 11 years old. I'm like, why is she crying?
Yeah.
Oh, she's gonna let people
Pressure.
down. The pressure's got to her. I'm like, she needs to be having fun. Like it's not that serious. And then when she got to the college ranks, like me and her would text before almost every game, and I would tell her, "You had an alter ego.
Yeah.
You know, she's redheaded." I told her she's Black Widow.
Yeah.
She turned into Black Widow.
Yep.
You are no longer Cameron, and go entertain these people.
Go do this thing.
And I think me having that, if I would have had that back in the day, I think I would have performed better.
Yeah.
On the field, because I knew I put the work in off the field, but I never had that that type of mindset on the field. Whereas there's players that like who was Larry Warner.
Yeah.
Larry was as charismatic and like exciting,
Player.
like
phenomenal player. Even and to this day, he's a coach.
Yeah.
Great coach.
like, and I mean, but he always had so much fun on the field, and it just naturally made everybody better. And I feel like I had fun, but I never let it show. And I was always kind of like, I gotta temper these expectations and this excitement, and it's just a whole new world nowadays.
It's almost like you felt robotic.
Yeah.
Where you didn't want to make a mistake, where you felt like you had to do it this way because this is what my coaches want me to do it, right? I get it. I get it because I felt the same way.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like...
And then God forbid we mess up. They were going to take us out of the game.
Man, if you...
One time.
I'll never forget, we're talking about practices at Gulf Coast. I'll never forget one day, we had, I think as a receiver group, we probably had 6 drops consecutive. And I remember, I don't know, Tony Burks probably had a couple, Co-Eric probably had a couple, CJ probably had 1 or 2, whatever, right? And so I get in there to get some reps. I made a couple good catches. Then I made that drop. Get him out of here, coach.
Yeah.
So, that's the thing, like, and I feel like one of the things that you have to do as an athlete, or one of the things you should do as an athlete, is you should have a mindset of not being scared to make a mistake.
Yeah.
If you drop a pass, man. You got another play, you know? I give you a prime example. At Mississippi College, had one of the worst drops of my life. Now, granted, I was pretty efficient when it came to catching rate was probably really high. Mm-hmm. But there was this one play where, again, I won't forget it. It's wide open. I mean, when I say wide open, I mean there was nobody within probably about 10 yards from me. And quarterback reared back and slung it, but he slung it in the sun. Because we were playing midday. Mm-hmm. Slung it in the sun, so I'm like judging the ball. I'm like, oh crap, the sun's in my face. I don't know where the ball's at. And all of a sudden, it literally hit me in my chest. And I dropped it. And I felt like crap. But I was like, by that time I had dropped probably 100 passes between Gulf Coast and practices, that I was just like, you know what? I know I'm gonna have another play. So it didn't fail. The next series, we were down in the red zone and ran a snag route. And the ball was thrown, but it was tipped. Literally ran up there, caught it with one hand, brought it down and ran to the one. And that was my makeup play.
Sure.
I probably should have scored. But the makeup was, I just dropped this pretty much easy pass to catching this incredibly hard pass, difficult pass, and bringing it all the way down to the one where the next play we drove in and scored.
Yeah.
But you just got to have that mindset where you can't be scared to fail. And if you do make a mistake, just know that you got a next play. Yeah. And I feel like, when you create an environment, when coaches create an environment like that, you don't get the best out of the players. you don't get that player has a difficult time of growing.
Yeah, 100%.
I know for me, it was a difficult time of growth there. It was a lot of growth there due to a lot of reasons, a lot of off the field stuff and so on and so forth. But I had a hard time of growing. I felt like from a skill position, because of the fact that I always felt like, man, if I make this mistake, if I don't run this route like this, if I don't do this, if I don't do that, they're gonna take me out, or I'm gonna look crazy. I never felt like I played freely.
Same.
So when I went to Mississippi College, that was the first thing I told myself: be me. Be me. If they like it, great. If they don't, oh well. I'm just gonna be me. And so that was big emphasis for me, and I really emphasized that for a lot of players, a lot of up and coming athletes, especially college athletes. Just be yourself. Coaches are gonna like it or not.
Yep. And I can't second that enough. Like, it really is like, if you can maximize who you are on the field or during training, like, put all the work in, and then when you go out there, like I said, go entertain. Go play.
Man.
Like I couldn't imagine us growing up in social media era. We were dumb, and we would have ruined our careers, like, hands down.
Right.
But the amount of like hate and stuff, like, God forbid you drop a ball that gets posted, and then just your comments are just filled with hate.
And then all of a sudden you make this one hand catch and nobody sees that.
Nothing. Like,
they just remember this play where you wide open.
Man, there was no way we would have survived in this era. But yeah, so when I transitioned from Gulf Coast to Belhaven, I'm not gonna say I got sold a pipe dream, but I didn't have that recruiting for the next level. I didn't have any D1 offers. Yeah. Mississippi State wanted me to walk on. To me, as a walk on, I'm like, no. But nowadays, you think about it, like, could I have walked on and played at Mississippi State? Maybe. Who knows?
What would you have wanted to?
Probably not.
Because they weren't that good. Then.
No.
And I think they were transitioning too. I think they went from Sylvester Croom to maybe Dan Mullen. I can't remember. But,
yeah.
They were transitioning too. They weren't very good.
I was at the JUCO All-Star game. Coach comes to the game, had a good game. He invites me to their hotel room, because that's where they all did their recruiting pitches. And he goes, "You like to throw the ball?" I say, "Yeah." He goes, "We throw the ball 95% of the time. The other 5% of the time, we think about throwing the ball."
Yeah.
And I'm like, sold. And I didn't know nothing about Belhaven. I didn't know what kind of school it was. I didn't know nothing about the football program.
Yep.
But they were the only ones that showed me a bunch of love
and
really, truly gave me a scholarship. Tarleton State offered me, but then they were going to fly me out, and flight got canceled because they signed somebody else. The all smaller ones. Nickel State talked to me for a little bit, but then that fizzled out. Delta State never really talked to me. So to me, I felt like it was my only option.
Yeah.
Because we were so just enamored about getting a scholarship. Like, scholarship is the success. Like, you made it.
Yeah.
Whether it's a half scholarship, full scholarship, whatever, you made it. Like, that was what they pushed us so hard in. So when I got to Belhaven, it was not Gulf Coast no more. And I'm like, what did I sign up for? Like, this ain't football.
Yeah.
Like, it's football, but it's not the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And you know exactly what I mean. Like, Belhaven is Belhaven. And back then, being NAIA, we weren't like, I'm not even an NCAA athlete. Like, so it took me a transition period. We had 2 senior quarterbacks. Yeah. So once again, coach was like, we can redshirt you, or you can come play defense. And I played strong safety, outside linebacker, and absolutely loved it. And wish I would have stayed there for the senior year, because I would have had more film and all that stuff. But yeah, so that transition was a culture shock.
Talking about transitions.
I mean, so growing up, like, mom and dad did not push religion on us, because mom's Jewish, dad's Catholic.
Yeah.
So they didn't make us go to church or anything like that. I didn't know what Genesis was. First class was Old Testament. And I'm like, and these kids are homeschool kids, private school kids.
That's right.
This is all they know. Yep. And I'm like, how do I withdraw out of this?
Hey, I'm with you, man.
And I'm dead serious. The only reason I stayed was because Coach Sandoval was there, the strength coach.
Yep.
And he was the only motivator that I had outside of like just a couple other like. To me, you can't quit. And when I quit baseball my senior year, like I knew it felt like the right thing in the moment, and Dad backed me on it because me and Coach Williams just butted heads so hard, and maybe I was with the wrong crew doing the wrong things at the wrong time, whatever. But I couldn't let myself quit again. I already quit one time. I couldn't quit another thing because, like you said, that's kind of like our MO. And like I was like, no, I signed a contract. I'm going to be the scholarship guy.
Do it.
I'm going to do it. Yeah. And I mean, it's probably been one of the best things because I met my wife there, all that stuff. Man. So, unfortunately, there was some corrupt files during editing. Lost the back end of this podcast. So Tarkan will for sure be on another episode. But much appreciate y'all watching episode 1. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, share. Everything is much appreciated. If you have guest recommendations, comment down below. Also remember, in this house, everybody goes home and everybody comes back. Be the reason somebody shows up to their next shift. This was Shift Change.